All right, y'all. What's good? This is Mikey T, the movie star, getting everything started a little bit early today. You know, sometimes we do these lives a little bit early. We got a lot to talk about, man. Okay, just let me get my sound situated as we get everything going here. We got a lot to talk about, man. Will Smith pulled some shit last night at the Oscars. He also took home the Oscar. He took home the Oscar for his new movie, King Richard. Um, Definitely a great movie. I don't know if you guys haven't seen it. I don't know if you guys haven't seen it, but it was one of the best movies of the year for sure. You know what I mean? I think Will Smith did an absolutely amazing job in the King Richard film, and just the way that he gave his acceptance speech, you could tell. You know what I mean? When he had said that that Venus and Serena's father was a protector. You know what I mean? And if you watch that movie, you saw the reason why he had to be a protector. You know what I mean? There's a lot going on there. There's a lot going on out there in the world when people are trying to accomplish their goals. Right now, Will and Jada, they've been facing public scrutiny for a number of years. And Jada, one of the most beautiful women in in the world, in the entertainment industry, she's going through a few things right now. And Chris Rock making that G.I. Jane joke. I mean, it's not like G.I. Jane is one of the biggest box office sensations ever. You know what I mean? Oh hell, we just seen all the movies flopping of the G.I. Joe films, so it's not like this is going to be such a major thing. You know, we it was just in bad taste what Chris Rock did, and we saw Chris Rock all the way back to the VMA Awards back in the day. We saw Chris Rock all the way back to the VMA Awards when he went in on 50 Cent and Ja Rule and dissed everybody in the crowd. Now, that's a different situation. That's the VMAs. That's the Video Music Awards. We're talking about the Oscars, man. We are talking about the Oscars. Will Smith has been up for consideration for two other films, Ali, The Pursuit of Happiness, and here he gets the big award, Best Actor for King Richard, which I think it was deserved. You know what I mean? So number one, if you haven't seen King Richard, go check that movie out. Go check that shit out, man. Yeah, Motivate This says it was a joke. I won't lie to you. At first, I did think it was a joke. We saw Chris Rock pop the joke, and Jada was obviously feeling uncomfortable about it. Will, brief chuckle. I'm one thinking everything's good. Chris Rock wanted to move away from it. He wanted to move on to the next part of his opening act, which I assume there was more to the opening act before Chris Rock stumbled a bit and called an Oscar a documentary. I am giving out the documentary tonight. Little bit odd to see how moved Chris Rock was by that whole thing. You know what I mean? He just couldn't keep it going after that whole situation. And I saw a lot of the throwbacks to Kevin Hart's old comedy show when he was like, "You're gonna smack me in front of all my fans," like Noel G says he would never do that to Tupac. I've seen all the Tupac memes out there as well. A lot of celebrities are posting about this, you guys. A lot of celebrities posting about this. Even Gilly the Kid posted about it. Gilly said, "Was that Will or Gil Smith at the Oscars? Was that Will or Gil Smith at the Oscars?" Gil over the years has actually called himself, a variety of different names when it comes to either basketball or whether it comes to, acting. Gil would always take on monikers. Kenneth Kane, it has not, I don't, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? I don't think Will Smith wanted that to happen on the night that he was going to be taking home the award for Best Actor. You know what I mean? That was a very, very big night for Will Smith, to take home the award for Best Actor. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think he really would have wanted, I don't really think he would have wanted anything to dampen, his parade that day. Yeah. This obviously has nothing to do with a movie coming out. Will Smith right now is the executive producer of the Bel Air show. He is the executive producer of the Bel Air show. But Will always has movies coming out. I've heard speculation of a new I Am Legend. You know what I mean? I would like to see another iRobot, possibly. You know what I mean? Maybe see him continue that character, unless I'm forgetting the ending to the film. Uh, Gemini Man, no, no, no. Nick Miller says these celebrities are human as well. I think people tend to forget that. Yeah, man. Chris Rock just took it a little bit far. A lot of people not agreeing with, a lot of people not agreeing to the extent that Will Smith went, but the man was defending his wife. The man was defending his wife. But we also got to talk about Polo G tonight, who actually addressed that whole incident that happened where he had jumped down from the stage. No jumper, and every other blog is posting it, but Polo G actually put out a statement on it. So we're going to be going over that as well. Just wanted to come and hit y'all with a couple news topics today, this afternoon. Also, a major message from Rondo number 9, the associate of Little Dirk. So we have quite a few things to talk about tonight, man. Okay, just let me get everything situated here. Yep. Appreciate everybody for tapping in on this live stream tonight or today, excuse me. Seemed like all this news started breaking last night. Nick says, "Why would Chris Rock want to get slapped for fun?" Man, Chris Rock, I mean, comedians in general, sometimes will do a little skit. You know what I mean? I had even done a skit with Raheem the Jeweler where I had asked him about his connection with Soldier Boy, and he flipped out and slammed my head against the table. Sometimes people will do things in relation to skits and, joking and the fun of it all. But yeah, I totally agree with you. Why would he want to do that? Major appreciation, Buffalo 716. Salute, Buffalo on the tap in. We got New Jersey in this bitch. Nah, main event. When something like that happens, you think they're not going off to commercial break. This is the Oscars, man. This is the Oscars. They're not going to commercial break on the Oscars, bro. Um, Chris Rock kind of held it together. He kind of held it together, but he really didn't have it all the way there. I mean, he fumbled the wording. Like, if he would have just hit that last part, he could have segued off, but he said documentaries, and it was kind of embarrassing. Will Chris Rock get an invite back? Will Chris Rock get an invite back for the Oscars again? I honestly think, because at the end of Will Smith's acceptance speech, he had said that he hopes to get the return invite back, you know? Here, let me since dude wants to bid, I'll bid on him right back. 717, what's popping? 717 in the building. Yep. He got in one little fight and his mom's got scared. Said, "You're moving with your auntie and uncle in Bel Air." Big Factsville says, "Two wrongs don't make a right. It is what it is, bro." 617 is in the building tonight. Okay. Appreciate you guys, man. I wanted to do a live stream this afternoon. Speaking on a couple different things because we have a lot of hot hip hop topics right now, man. Polo G actually addressed the video going viral right now. Um, Rondo number 9 has spoken out as well, you guys. Rondo spoke out on the 39-year sentence. Technically, he said he was supposed to come home when he was 56 years, but he's spoken on that. Um, I'm hopeful, you know what I mean? I always keep my, hopes high when it comes to some of our favorite artists actually getting an opportunity to come home. You know what I'm saying? So in Rondo's situation, I hope he can beat the odds. And now he has a major opportunity to actually beat the odds when it comes to, you know, where his group has gone in the industry. Little Dirk is one of the number one dudes in the industry right now. I would have to say my personal belief is Dirk is probably number 3 or number 4 in the industry right now. Um, Highly qualified says Will Smith was wrong. I mean, shit, don't you think Ja Rule wanted to jump on the stage back in the day? Don't you think Ja Rule wanted to jump in the stage back in the day and actually, you know, tell Chris Rock to close his mouth? You know what I mean? Don't you think certain people want to do certain things? Like, look what happened with Fat Joe and 50 Cent going back and forth with one another at the award show. So much to the point that it started to change after that, man. Censorship, invites, seating arrangements. Look what happened with Dr. Dre at the Vibe Awards. The way that we've heard some of the G Unit artists actually break that down, it seemed like they were surrounded from all the enemy camps. But in reality, 50 kind of did that to himself by making bad relationships with all these other guys. Big Fact says he apologized like a man, but Chris still took a L. Well, Chris didn't do a few things that a lot of people were expecting. I mean, he sat there once he said the joke, once he realized or Will Smith was on his way up, he put his face out. He realized he had to give Will his best shot. And then he did not try to further it, take it any further. He didn't run off. The LAPD have even made a statement saying he didn't want to press charges. You know what I'm saying? So, what can you really say in this situation? Chris Rock made a bad joke. I think Chris Rock is probably thinking to himself, I shouldn't have made that joke. Maybe I shouldn't have made Spiral either. Maybe I shouldn't have bought into the Saw franchise. But that's another story, you guys. That's a whole different story. Reese Scott says, that's that Philly shit, Mikey T. Oh, yeah, man. You heard Will giving his acceptance speech. He said he wanted his mom to come. Will said he wanted his mom to come to the awards, but she had, I think he said it was a knitting. I didn't take the notes on this. I don't, you know what I mean? But he actually said his mom was doing something in regard to knitting. Will, as I said, had been there 2 previous occasions. I want to say he got a did he get a nomination for best supporting actor at one point as well? But he had been there for 2 other occasions where he had been nominated for best actor. He was nominated for Ali, he was nominated for The Pursuit of Happiness. If you haven't seen King Richard, Will Smith plays the father of Venus and Serena Williams. He plays a very strong father figure, a father figure that makes sure his daughters do right. He puts them on a path that has ultimately led to success. I was really moved by this film. You know, I don't think this incident with Will Smith and Chris Rock is going to overshadow Will Smith winning that Oscar. If you followed if you followed film, you know what I mean? Like when Denzel actually won the Oscar for Training Day, you know what I mean? If you actually followed film like that to see these guys accomplish these moments, you know what I mean? You know how important it is. You know what I mean? Will Smith's journey is not going to be overshadowed by this one moment where he was doing something out of the respect for his loved one. I'm just going to let you know. If you've seen King Richard, you would actually know that. This was such a powerful film. Wow. And you're out of here, bro. Congrats. Nick Miller says Will and Chris have had some friction since 2016 and 17. Well, I've been reading it for the last 2 years. You know what I mean? Ever since the whole entanglement joke came across the internet. You know what I mean? People want to play with the love of Will Smith and Jada, and people want to bring up Tupac, rest in peace, and they want to bring up, her love for Pac or their chemistry and all types of shit like that. When I look at Will Smith and Jada, I see pure chemistry. You know what I mean? So I really don't buy into all that other shit of, because you know what I mean? I live like a rock star myself. You know what I mean? I know the type of relationships that women have with rock stars. We be moving around. We don't be calling frequently. We see you when we see you, so what Will and Jada have is a real thing, man. A lot of times, who did I just see? Dave Bilzerian, I guess, was doing an interview with Full Send, and he was talking about having 50 girlfriends. You know what I mean? Different types of shit like that, being able to juggle that many relationships. Blue Savage, no. This is the first time that I'm talking on the Will Smith situation. I was doing a live stream last night, doing a watch along, and news broke about Will Smith at the Oscars. Big Fact says any man would have done the same. Tables turned. It was Will Smith didn't do shit. Everyone will be clowning him today. Honestly, man, a lot of people were thinking, okay, Will Smith doesn't do something, that joke is going to be replayed over and over and over again on E! News Channel, VH1, BET, MTV, any network that really covers these events. That's what happens when Chris Rock is the host. It usually leads to a couple viral moments that we all laugh at. They rack up millions of views on the internet. You know what I mean? That's usually what this type of thing leads to. And that's why Will got so angry. You know what I mean? Even when the conversation continued, when he went back to his seat, even when the conversation continued and he went back to his seat, he said, keep my wife's effing name out of your mouth. And that's what it boils down to, man. That's what it boils down to. It goes back to this is the whole reason, like I was going to bring up, I didn't see how it was fitting, but when Eminem actually dissed the Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera and switching of the chairs at the VMAs on that whole single from back in the day, it sort of plays in. Sorry, guys, let me just get my. So let me get my whole self situated right here. Yeah, capital third letter. Capital third lever. I'm only confused because he was laughing harder. Yeah, that's what I was thinking at first. Like I thought it was fun and games as well. I thought it was fun and games as well. You know what I mean? I was like, damn, this is it was a shitty joke. You know what I mean? Please don't put, Jada in G.I. Jane 2. Please don't do a reboot or whatever. You know what I mean? I believe I just watched Jada in the new Matrix movie, but it was just a really bad joke, and it ended up being the worst joke of Chris Rock's career. Actually, you guys, I want to say that was probably the worst joke of Chris Rock's career. Will Smith actually said this during his acceptance speech. He said, right now, I am overwhelmed with what God is calling on me to do and be, making this film. I want to apologize to the Academy. I want to apologize to my fellow nominees. This is a beautiful moment. I'm not crying for winning an award. It's not about winning an award for me. It's about being able to shine light on all of the people. So Will Smith did give an apology to the Academy, you guys. He gave an apology to the Academy. He gave an apology to his fellow nominees because he realized what happened was not, it was not becoming of somebody of his caliber. You know what I mean? He realized that did not belong on the stage of the Oscars. But maybe who's ever putting the Oscars together needs to realize these VMA MTV Movie Award show jokes that Chris Rock is bringing to the table is not acceptable for the older generation. Certain things we don't necessarily need to be hearing. And I'm a big Chris Rock guy, more of a Chris Tucker guy, but I'm a Chris Rock guy, man. But do we really need Chris Rock hosting the Oscars? You know what I mean? It was cool seeing Chris Rock host the VMAs and roast all of the acts. You know what I mean? When you got 50 Cent there at the VMAs in his first year, he's not going to get up and put Chris Rock in a headlock. He's afraid that he'll never get invited again. Yep. Yep. Facts, man. James Brown, yeah, he didn't apologize to Chris Rock. He apologized to the Academy. The Academy that finally gave him the award. The award that he had been nominated for 3 times, you guys. Best Actor. Best Actor award, Will Smith. So I find it highly doubtable. I doubt that the Academy will use this against Will in the future. I think Will Smith is going to be all right in this situation. From the looks of it, it seems like he's got a couple of blockbusters coming up rather than critically acclaimed pieces, but we'll have to see. I haven't really checked up his upcoming movie schedule. I've heard rumblings of the I Am Legend sequel with Michael B. Jordan. Don't know what else Will Smith is doing. If anybody in the chat or if anybody watching this on demand knows about what Will Smith has going on in the future, just leave it as a comment. I usually stay up to date on that type of shit. But in all honesty, I haven't been the biggest Will Smith fan since that movie that he did with his son Jaden Smith, After Earth. Now I was into Concussion. I loved Concussion. I love these serious films that Will Smith does. When he takes a dramatic turn, like The Pursuit of Happiness, I fall in love with these films, you guys. Like you guys, I can't stress it enough. If you have not seen King Richard, go watch that movie now. It's 2 hours, 2.5 hours, but it is an amazing piece. The way that he is acting, it is so unconventional. It is so realistic. It takes you back to a period of time. There's this one scene where these guys are hitting on Will Smith's daughters. You know what I mean? You got these gangsters. I believe movie must these gangsters like Cali. They're in Cali or some shit like that, and they're trying to hit on Will Smith's daughter day after day as they're going to the tennis courts. And Will Smith goes up to him and he's just like, "Listen, I'm just trying to keep my daughters on the right path. I'm trying to keep them in the books." And they weren't taking Will Smith serious at all. They were not taking him serious at all. And you'll have to go check out the movie to see what happens and how Will responds to it. But it is some of the most interesting film I've ever seen, y'all. It was some of the most interesting film that I've ever seen. Um, and for anybody who just watched the smack, you guys need to actually go watch Will Smith's accepting speech. You know what I mean? Because you're the ones actually making this incident bigger than Will Smith winning the Oscar. Right now is Will Smith's moment. Right now, Will Smith finally won that Oscar for a film that is deserving of that Oscar win. Leonardo DiCaprio chased the Oscar for so long. And then he finally got it for The Revenant. Denzel Washington chased it for so long. You know what I mean? And then he wins it for Training Day when he turns into a villain, you guys. Will Smith deserved the Oscar for this film. I would almost go, I'm going to go as far to say his role as King Richard was better than the role in The Pursuit of Happiness. Yes, capital third letter C. Chris Rock stuck his head out for the smack because in most cases, when you've done something horribly wrong, you know what I mean? When you do something very wrong, you realize what you've done. And then you realize you got to give that dude one good hit. We've seen this in many different occasions. That's how I looked at it. What's going on? Prayed up. I appreciate you for tapping in. Major salute to you tapping in. Now, Empress, anybody else tapping in? Will Smith did apologize. Not necessarily to Chris Rock, but Will Smith has apologized to the Academy that has showed him love through so many years. So Will Smith continued on with his speech. He said, "Art imitates life. I look like the crazy father." Now, Will had begun to laugh at this point. Some of the other people had begun to laugh as well because of how crazy Venus and Serena's dad was acting in this movie. Excuse me. Like, he was the crazy dad. He was the wild dad who wouldn't let you out of his sight, who wanted to know why you were leaving the house, what you were going to do. You know what I mean? Hell, one of the daughters actually had to sign up for tennis practice behind his back, the younger of the two. So Will said, "Art imitates life. I look like the crazy father." And I looked like the crazy father, just like they said about Richard Williams. But love will make you do crazy things. And at this point, the camera panned to Jada. And at this point, she looked on proudly. And for anybody tuning out, just tune the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? Tune the fuck out and go listen to the other people talk about this shit, because all they're talking about is the smack, and they're not talking about the acceptance speech where Will Smith spoke with true grace. All they talk about is the controversy. I'm talking about the real shit. Talking about King Richard, talking about the movie. Will Smith explaining how this act that he did against Chris Rock almost reflected the film that he had created, how much King Richard protected his family. And we got a comedian out there who's going to take shots at personal shit going on in somebody's life. You got to know when to draw the line. You know what I mean? You got to know when to draw the line. If that was any other comedian at the VMAs dissing 50 Cent and Ja Rule, they would have been scared when they left the building. But because of the fact that it was Chris Rock back in 2003, they let it go. Will Smith isn't 50 Cent in 2003. Will Smith isn't worth $3 million in 2003. Will Smith is worth $500 million. He's the billion-dollar man. He'll be damned if Chris Rock is going to sit on that stage with his wife's name in his mouth. It's as simple as that. I love Chris Rock as much as the next guy. I love Will Smith as much as the next guy. I've watched these guys' films. I've watched their live comedy. I've sat on the television and watched their television shows. You know what I mean? But let's just be realistic, you guys. It's a totally different audience that Chris Rock is in front of right there. You are in front of the most elite. What happened to the game the other day when he was in front of the most elite? What happens when you're worth $25 million and you're around the most elite? The elite walks right by you. The elite curves you. Yeah, Finch. He gave the man a pimp slap. He gave him a love tap. You know what I mean? He gave him a keep my wife's name out of your mouth tap. Just because Jada hasn't had the most success when it's come to films, I'll be honest with you, Jada's not the biggest movie star. And now we got Chris Rock taking a shot about that, thinking it's sweet. Talking about she's going to star in G.I. Jane 2, whether that's a dig at her hair loss or a dig at the fact that the G.I. Jane series, if it was rebooted, would be a failure. Whatever dig, you know what I mean? Keep the man's wife's name out of your mouth, man. And Jada has done a tremendous job, and Will has done a tremendous job with their kids that have turned out to be some of the most innovative people on this earth. Jaden, you know what I mean? Willow. But yeah, rant over, you guys. Rant over. Iceberg said, same with Dre. All they talked about was the stabbing, not the award of the accomplishments. I hate when people try to steal their shine. Yeah, you know what I mean? And that's something that it looked like Suge Knight was trying to do back in the day. You know, Suge was like, all right, this is an opportunity. And I'm not saying this is what Chris Rock was doing. Chris Rock was just looking at a list of who was in the audience and he was making jokes. You know what I mean? That's what a comedian, a host is going to do. But Suge Knight, okay, I'm going to be going to the Vibe Awards. Dr. Dre's getting an award for the best accomplishment or whatever. Let's do something to actually ruin that and make and take away from that moment. But this moment right here, the slap heard round the Oscars, this moment right here cannot take away from Will Smith's accomplishments, you guys. Will Smith's accomplishments are going to supersede this bullshit. The man has made so much money at the box office, but he's more than that. He's proven that now with 3 Oscar nominations for best lead role, you know? Nah, you're wrong, Mars. I'm sorry, bro. Finch Bar says Will Smith was lapping at first, noticed it hurt her feelings, and switched it up. One of the most epic things in TV history, 100%. Yeah, I noticed it, you know, like, and I don't really want to dig too deep into that because that shit is personal. You know what I mean? You don't talk about the personal things that people are going through like that. You know what I mean? If it was something else, if it was something else, maybe if he had made a Matrix joke, you know what I mean? If it was something else, maybe. But nah, man, he took it a little bit far referencing G.I. Jane. Mark my words. Marlo says, sometimes when you're comedian, it's not good to choke to certain people because you don't know how they might take it. So Will actually closed and said, thank you. I hope the Oscars invites me back. As I said, Will was nominated twice before for Ali and the Pursuit of Happiness. And the first part of his statement, Richard Williams was a fierce defender of his family. This is what he had first said on the stage. He said, Richard Williams was a fierce defender of his family. In this time in my life, in this moment, I am overwhelmed by what God is calling on me to do and who to be in this world. And what a statement from Will Smith right there, you guys. What a speech from Will Smith here. He was literally in tears during this speech. Will said that Denzel was right there as well, you guys. Like I just said, we're talking about the elite of the elite. We're not just talking about somebody at the beginning of their career who doesn't want to make a bad impression on the owners of MTV or VH1 or BET. We're talking about people who have been there. Will been there 3 times already. You know what I mean? Will could care less. Will's not going to go again if he is going to have his wife disrespected on what is supposed to be one of the most prominent stages, you know? So Will actually had a word with Denzel, which I thought was awesome. Tell me, is anybody else on the internet reporting about the word that Will Smith had with Denzel? No, they're just talking about the bullshit. They're just talking about the bullshit. How about the words that Denzel Washington gave to Will Smith? Like, this is what's the most important. This should block out that story by 10. But no, there's no headlines about that. Nobody's going to tune into that, right? Appreciate you, Iceberg. Iceberg says, shout out Mikey T for not holding back on this issue. Feels passionate about it. Got to respect it. Yeah, and I'm not really trying to come down too hard on either man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to come down too hard on either man. Maybe I'm going a little bit left, saying we shouldn't have such comedians on the Oscar stage. You know what I mean? But this isn't the MTV Movie Awards, you guys. You know what I mean? This isn't this isn't the Source Awards. You know what I mean? Like, and respect to Dave Mays, because that's my guy. So Will Smith said, Denzel said to me a few minutes ago, and this was before his acceptance speech for Best Actor. Denzel said to me a few minutes ago, at your highest moment, be careful. That's when the devil comes for you. At your highest moment, at his highest moment, you guys, the moment when he finally wins that Oscar for a role that he truly deserved it for. You know what I mean? For a role that he truly deserved it for. Now, like I said a little bit earlier, we've seen actors get it just based on all of their work that they've done over the years. This is actually a role that Will Smith deserves to get this nomination and the win for, you know? So he's at his highest moment, and just all that public scrutiny, all the public headlines, all the news articles about him and his wife and the USA Todays and everything. You know what I mean? The August Alsina conversations, all this shit. Everybody has kept Will Smith's relationship in their mouth, man. Enough is enough. The man gives us a movie or two a year and an executive produced effort. We've got enough Will Smith to go around to where it's got to be like Mona Scott is hiring wannabe Will and Jada to be on Love and Hip Hop type shit. You know what I mean? Like, we are way too far past this, man. Give this couple a little bit of respect. Bro, Taff. I don't know what you mean by that actually. Uh, Everybody on the internet, the Illuminati set up Chris Rock and Will to fight. Mikey T's like, log off my chat if you think that's stupid shit. Nah, man, I just like, I know not everybody's talking about this like me because a lot of people just watched that one clip and they didn't even really watch the movie. They didn't even watch the acceptance speech. And they're just trying to put Will and Chris Rock in a box right now. You know what I mean? My guy. Jesus. I gotta fire up some runts on that note. But yo, so many different artists actually responded to this. Jaden Smith actually responded to this, you guys. Jaden Smith wrote, and that's how we do it. Jaden Smith, the son of Will Smith, comments on it. Gilly commented on it. As I said, Gilly said, was that Will or Gil Smith at the Oscars? Officially, Tyrone Smith actually commented on Gilly's page and said, had to remind them how he ended up in Bel Air. I don't know how had to remind him how he ended up in Bel Air. Didn't he actually he got ran out of town in Bel Air, actually. What up? What up? What up, Perk? Appreciate you for tapping in, brother. Let me see. I got some more joints here. Reese. Lil Reese. 300. Lil Reese said, bro, Will Smith ain't never slapped F out of Chris Rock. I got a few MFers on my list next if they don't stay out my business. Lil Reese is a wild ass dude, man. Lil Reese is a wild ass dude. Mikey Khan, we're gonna get into that in just a second. We're just covering the Will Smith and Chris Rock incident. Will Smith actually apologized to the Academy. You know, he won the award that night for Best Actor. So I think it was only right that he apologized to the Academy. I think everybody knows how important this award is and how hard the actors work to get it. Will Smith had been to the Oscars on a number of occasions, 3 times. This is the 3rd time he was actually nominated for this award. So I think we'll see him back there. But it's also, you know, it's going to depend on the movies that he makes and shit. I think he should have won it for, maybe not won it. I think he should have at least got the nomination for Concussion, though. Yeah, Gilly is funny as hell, man, saying that Gil Smith popped out. Because you know, Gilly and Will were actually in the studio, and Will was doing the push-ups and shit with the weights. You know what I mean? Let me see. Sen City, my brother Sen City actually commented on it. Sen City from Dipset, 730 Dips. Salute my guy, man. He be showing me love on the gram here and there. We did a classic interview. He said, wrong reason, but good for you, Will. Let's get back to the essence of dudes getting smacked who run they mouth. Now, he said wrong reason because at the end he said dudes who run they mouth. Chris Rock wasn't necessarily running his mouth. It was just a joke that was said at the wrong time. You know what I mean? I can't stress that enough. You know what I mean? You kind of got to be considerate to people. You know what I mean? If somebody, let's use another scenario, if somebody's wife, you know what I mean, had passed on, you're not gonna make jokes about their wife. You know what I mean? Different situations like that. If some shit like that happens, you're just gonna be considerate about what to make a joke about. But let me see here. So yeah, and major salute to Denzel Washington for giving him some words. Denzel was right there in the front row when Will was actually giving his speech. So it's great to see that type of, camaraderie between those actors, man. Offset actually commented on it. He said, I feel you. I will smack the shit out of one of my dudes. He said, I will smack the shit out of one of you dudes about my wife on national TV. Offset is smacking you about his wife on national TV, man. So don't be okay. I done said it's the elite, you guys. No Cardi B jokes. If you're trying to get some of these new upcoming comedians who might be hosting the MTV VMA Awards, the movie awards, BET Awards, VH1 Hip Hop Honors, no jokes on Cardi B. Don't do it. Don't do it, or Offset. We already know how Offset gets down, man. We already know how Offset gets down. That is one rapper I would not mess with, yo. That is, yep. Yeah, we're gonna talk about Polo in just a second, Finch. We're gonna be talking about Rondo as well. What are you talking about though, Lord Leaf? Mikey Khan, I appreciate you, man. If anybody watching this is not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel right now, y'all. Make sure you subscribe to the channel right now, y'all. I'm just reading off some of this news. Well, some of these tweets that were put out by multiple different artists. We had Jaden, Gilly, Offset. We had Sen City. Reese, little Reese from 300 actually commented on this. Offset, all different types of people, man. Uh, Offset even said Will Smith is the greatest to do it. So Offset is firmly behind pause Will Smith. Yes, sir. Colossal the Don. Major salute. Major salute. Ghostface 7. What's popping with you, man? What's popping? Appreciate everybody tapping in. We're about to get into the Polo G post. And if you guys saw the video, man, I watched it. It's like, come on, man. Polo, why do you got to jump down and get by the crowd like that? Not every single artist needs to, jump near the crowd, Berg. That's kind of how I feel about it. Polo is in a very big position right now where he's almost just like there. He's there with all the other majorly successful artists. So it's like you've got to protect yourself, man. A lot of these artists, I remember one time, was it 6ix9ine? He tried to stage dive and everybody just moved and he fell on the ground. Like, you got to know when the right time to do that shit is. Normally, when an artist is going to embrace the crowd, he will take off his jewelry and hand it to one of the other people on the stage. That's normally what will happen. Detail, appreciate you for tapping in, man. I told you today we're going live at 3 p.m. I had a couple different news briefs that I wanted to go over, man. Will Smith news popped off last night. Will got the Oscar for King Richard, but he also apologized to the Academy, which is majorly respectable. You know what I mean? Within a few hours to, let the world know, or however long it was after that. You know what I mean? Because I wasn't watching live. I was actually on a live stream. All right, bro. You want to say that again? Ghostface 7. What if he swung back? You see, at that point is when the security would have been brought out and swarmed the stage. At that point is when the security would have been brought out and swarmed the stage. And I saw my guy, one of my guys in here actually said he would never allow the first hit or even to stick your head out. But it seems to me that Chris Rock realized he crossed the line, and that's why he stuck his head out like that. Mm. Uh, Peanut says that slap was fake. That was a slap from a person who knows someone to another person. I'm not going to sit here and call them friends. Don't know if what their friendship status was before this, but I thought it was fake as well. I thought it was certainly fake. Just the way that the slap came off, like it was organized from a movie set, like Will wasn't really trying to do all that much damage. But when Will Smith sat down, it was completely obvious that it wasn't fake. When you saw the look in Jada's face when Will laughed, because Will was caught a little off guard, then the look in Jada's face really just turned him off. Like when you saw that look, you could see that she was hurt. You know what I mean? When Will Smith went and sat down in his seat, you could tell that he was offended. This is Will Smith's stage. When was Chris Rock nominated for an Oscar? When did Chris Rock win an Oscar? When did Chris Rock put his money down on a film that was put up in an Oscar race? This is Will Smith's stage, and we've got the guy from CB4 disrespecting him and his wife. No, that's not how it's going to go down. Chris Rock crossed the line when he did that shit. He crossed royalty when he did that shit to Will Smith and Jada. And you know what I mean? He really should have just realized what he was doing. You know what I mean? Trying to chip away at the legacy, the legendary status of them, and saying that shit. You know what I mean? Okay, so what? Jada doesn't make the most successful movies, and maybe she'll star in another shitty reboot. Make a joke about that. You know what I mean? Make a joke about that. Don't make a joke about somebody's hairline, because you just offended her to the point where her husband was offended. And when you offend a man's wife in front of that man, he turns into a savage. You know what I mean? I remember one time at a party, this one dude was going crazy at a party. Actually, I'm not even going to get into that story, man. Dude, Peanut, this is the most, I'm sorry, Peanut, but that is the most retarded thing, stupid thing I've heard, that this is promotion for Will Smith's Bel Air show. Bel Air doesn't need this promotion. Bel Air is a dope ass show, bro. Bel Air is a dope show. Bel Air doesn't need a cheap stunt promotion. I watched all the episodes of Bel Air before this happened. You know what I mean? Jabari Banks is an amazing actor. Easy the Block Captain did his thing as Rashad. So many different other actors in that film as well. The cast that played Phil, Carlton, Viv, Ashley, they're all talented as hell. The show already has a buzz. Oh, okay, good. I've been waiting to block this guy. Finally, got his ass out of here. Some dudes be riding you, telling you they're going to be a millionaire, and then the next day they're just hating on you. Finch Bar says Chris Rock knew immediately that he effed up. I bet you half the people commenting on this have not even seen King Richard. I bet you half the people commenting on this story didn't even watch Will Smith's acceptance speech. That's what's sad. That's what's sad. That is what's sad. People, so go watch King Richard. It'll only take you 2 hours and 24 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Go watch it. Study up, because I watched it about 3 months ago. And it's burned into my vision because it is a great film. Wouldn't expect that from every other blogger. You know what I mean? But they just want to comment on Will Smith going at it with Chris Rock without really knowing too many of the fundamentals. Finch, did Chris Rock sue? That's the next question. Did Chris Rock sue? Well, the LAPD actually commented on this. And the LAPD have said that Chris Rock has refused to press any charges. He's refused to press any charges. Detail said it. Chris Rock said he's not pressing charges. Taft said, shout out to Denzel. Perk, why was he laughing though? Yeah, that's when I thought it was sweet, man. That's when I thought shit was sweet. You know what I mean? When Will Smith was laughing, Jada was a little off. You know what I mean? That's when I thought it was kind of sweet, to be 100% honest with you. But, then you had Chris Rock on the stage, and Chris Rock is like, oh shit, here we go. Nah, it definitely didn't come out in February, bro. Definitely didn't come out in February. It came out in November, bro. Come on, man. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Yeah, man, that dude was trying to I had to shit on that dude. To be honest with you, I had to shit on that dude because he was trying to pull off stunts in front of Uncasa. And don't even make me do a whole live about it, bro. Don't even make me do a whole live about how you was trying to stunt in front of Uncasa, be cool and shit like that. Sean, what up, Sean? Mikey T, what's good? Salute. What's the topic today? Three topics, bro. Three topics today. We're gonna get into Rondo number nine. Rondo number nine sentenced to 39 years in the Bing. He says he might be coming home though. Last week we touched on it. Rondo number nine said Little Dirk could afford any bail whatsoever. But will there ever be a bail? Rondo number nine has been sentenced at this point, you guys. He's been sentenced, he's been convicted, but there is a glimmer of hope with an appeal. I did an interview with Max B back in the day, 2011, 2013. We waited years and years to hear the news about the appeal. It wasn't until 2017, 2018, somewhere around that, we heard the appeal went through. And we heard that Max B's charges had been reduced. His charges had been reduced to manslaughter with 20 years to serve. Max has been incarcerated since 2009, you guys. So Max B's time is coming up pretty soon. He's got a release date of 2025, though. Yeah, Mars, man, respect to you, brother, man. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes just try to keep the aggressive nature on the comments a little bit down, man. But 5 years, bro, and you wait till the Oscars. I don't really know much about a past feud that Will Smith and Chris Rock had. I don't really know too much about their paths crossing, to be 100% honest with you guys. You know what I'm saying? I don't really know all too much about their paths crossing. I haven't seen them working on films together, anything like that. So I really never heard too much of their paths crossing. This whole situation, with Will and Jada and Chris Rock, it's only popping off because of the fact that, Chris Rock was the host and he was looking for an angle. So I imagine he looked at the seating chart. I imagine he looked at the seating arrangement and he actually saw Will and Jada were sitting there, came up with a joke. You know what I mean? Mr. 1999X says Jada controls the relationship. Things might be a little bit deeper than we know. Could be. Could be. Oh, come on. We need somebody speaking on major label deals, man. But let's get into the Rondo number 9 news, man. Oh, no, actually, we're on Polo G. Polo G actually addressed what happened. He said, Polo G responded to the rumors saying that he almost got his chain snatched. So we're going to get into that. So Polo had said, don't start no dumbass rumors like nobody tried to take some from me. Dead man's one of y'all ass would have got exactly what y'all was looking for. The crowd just got too excited and knocked me down. The crowd got too excited and knocked me down is how Polo G is actually addressing this incident. Polo G keeping it simple, you guys. Keeping it simple. I respect it. Damn, this Runts is hitting, man. This Runts is hitting. I smoke better than your favorite blogger. I smoke more than your favorite blogger. Jada opened the door for other people's opinions. Poll question. Ask us a Will Smith question. What do we got here? What do we got for a Will Smith question for the chat? Let me think. A Will Smith question for the chat. Man, Let me see. All right, I got something going. I got something going. I got something going here. Just give me 1 second. All right, cool. I got it. Hope I spell iRobot right. Bro, anybody, Finch, anybody who acted like that, would have, got kind of dealt with by Will Smith like that, in my opinion. 1 second. Looks like we're about to get our co-host coming in. My guy SV Twiz.
Mikey T, the movie star, salute, bro. My fault for being late. The kids and all that, getting out of school. I had to, you know what I'm saying, get everything straight. But I'm glad I caught this show. Salute to everybody.
Twiz, appreciate you for tapping in, man.
hmm
Favorite Will Smith movie, Twiz. On the poll, I've got Enemy of the State, I Am Legend, Bad Boys, iRobot. Do you have an other? Is there an other, or is one of
Yeah,
those it?
Ali is my favorite movie.
Damn it! I should have went with Ali instead of iRobot.
Our Robot real good too, though. That they with the AIs and all that, that was like real deep and futuristic at the time that they dropped that. That was fire.
Yeah, I was man, I'm really proud of Will Smith for finally picking up the Oscar, man. He was nominated for
Definitely.
Ali, he was nominated for The Pursuit of Happiness, and
hmm
Twiz, a lot of times with the Oscars, the winners will get it because of their buildup of work. You know what I mean? They won't
Facts.
necessarily get it for the movie that they deserve it for, but they'll get it once their work has been built up to a point. Denzel won it for Training Day. You know what I
Facts.
mean? Denzel
Facts.
won it for Training Day. Leonardo DiCaprio for The Revenant. You know what I mean?
hmm
These were not my favorite films from the guys. You know what I mean?
hmm
But it has to do with a lot of their buildup of work. Personally,
True.
I thought I think Leonardo DiCaprio should have won it for The Wolf of Wall Street a few
That
years
was
prior to that.
that joint was fire, bro. Wolf of Wall Street was fire.
Now, The Revenant was good, Twiz, but
Yeah.
what was he? He was crawling through the woods, and I mean, he was getting eaten by bears and shit like that. You know what I mean? Um, Denzel, how'd you feel about his role in Training Day? Is that your favorite role from Denzel?
It's hard to put a favorite role for Denzel. Training Day, it put a tear to your eye, man. How he, you know, got so tight with the little girl and everything, and it just shows you how, like, with families that have that
Oh, you're
level of
talking
wealth.
about Man on Fire, Twiz.
Oh, my fault. I'm thinking of Man on Fire. That's right. Training Day is when he was a cop. Training Day was good though. Training Day was fire, man. Um, yeah, Man on Fire. My fault.
Yeah.
Training Day. Training Day was good because it also showed you, how veteran dirty cops roll, dirty narcs and things like that. So it was real good, man. It was good.
Oh yeah, he definitely was not getting the Oscar for Man on Fire.
Yeah,
Man on Fire, right? Man
yeah,
on
yeah,
Fire.
yeah. Man on Fire. Yeah.
But yeah, Enemy of the State was probably it was one of my favorite Will Smith movies. Holy shit, we've got 0% for iRobot.
Damn.
So Twiz, Will Smith in his acceptance speech, Will Smith said, Denzel said to me a few minutes ago, at
hmm
your highest moment, be careful. That's when the devil comes for you. This was the night that Will Smith won his Oscar after chasing it on his
hmm
third, go round. What do you think Denzel Washington meant to him in regard to, the smack heard round the world with Chris Rock?
Probably the bad that's going to end up coming with what you think is good or things that you want out of life. Denzel's a great motivational speaker. You know what I mean? he always got like words of wisdom. So been there, done that. He definitely a A-lister actor, a superstar for sure. So just words and motivation slash encouragement slash preparing him for situations.
So we're going to talk about. We can get back to that in a little bit, Twiz. But I want to talk about Polo G.
Okay.
Um, were you able to see the video of him performing, Twiz? Did you get to watch that video?
I couldn't. I didn't get a chance to. I didn't get a chance to.
Mars, yeah, Enemy of the State is one of Will's best movies. That got him further roles. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
um, yeah, yeah, exactly. Nathan, Antoine Fisher, another amazing role for Denzel Washington.
Yeah.
I like that role better than Training Day. I like his role in Fence better than Training Day. Fences. Stu, Bright was all right. Bright was all right. I actually like Bright more than I thought I was. You know what I mean? I actually liked Bright more than I thought I would. It was that Netflix movie that he had done. And then he played Deadshot in the Suicide Squad. Had you seen either of those, Twiz?
No, I didn't see no, I didn't see that one.
Okay, so you did not see Suicide Squad and you also did
No.
not see Bright.
No, I didn't watch it Bright.
Bright, you might be interested in seeing Bright.
Okay.
Denzel's John Q. It was good, but it's not really. I mean, it's one you after you watch it about 4 or 5 times, you're done with it. You know what I mean? I really didn't
Yeah.
like a lot of the supporting cast. Were you a John Q guy, Twiz?
Yeah, it was a good movie though. John Q was good. I liked it. But yeah, I wouldn't watch it 100 times either. You know what I mean? It's not one of those. If anything, you would have to run it back just to understand every section of that movie. But it's another one that he played where he was like down south, and it was like back in the day. I don't even want to mention it because I can't think of the name of the movie. But he ended up like dying at the end.
Is
His
it the is it the new Western movie he did?
I don't think it's new.
Was
No,
it
it's
was he
not the.
riding around on horses in it?
No, it's not that one. It's not that one. I'm not even gonna mention it because I don't know the name. All I know is he had like a ended up having a bad relationship with his son. His son went to the army and everything. Somebody in the comments might know. It was a sad movie though because he ended up passing at the end of the movie. He never patched it up with his son or nothing like that, and he ended
Damn.
up having another kid on his wife. It was crazy. He was getting all drunk through the movie.
Oh, you're talking about Fences.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's what it is. Yep, that joint
Yeah, I'm
was
like, what
fire.
the hell is Twiz talking about? That is a new
Yep.
movie, Twiz.
Oh, that's new. Okay,
Yep.
all right.
Yep. Yeah, the one I was talking about was actually called The Magnificent Seven with him and Chris Pratt and Ethan Hawke.
Okay.
Ethan Hawke was, that was his co-star in Training Day. Ethan Hawke had played the supporting actor.
Facts.
Yeah. Glory was fire.
Yeah.
Nathan, I'm not too sure what Nathan, the movie man.
Nathan the movie, man.
Oh, maybe he's talking about himself. Oh, Nathan
Okay.
says Bright was surprisingly good. Yeah, Bright was good, man. If you can stand watching a guy in like an orc suit throughout the whole movie. Yeah. He's like in an orc suit throughout the whole movie. You should pop that one in, Twiz.
I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna
Um,
definitely check it out. I passed it a few times. I just never watched it.
So there was a video that popped up of Polo G
Hmm.
actually, he was performing, he got down from the stage, and then he got mobbed by a group of his fans. A lot of people are thinking that he got his chain snatched, Twiz. That's
Hmm.
kind of like the first thing that anybody says when a group mobs up on a rapper.
Hmm. That's
Um, Polo G took to Instagram and said, "Don't start no dumbass rumors like nobody tried to take something from me." He said, "Y'all ass wouldn't got it." He said, "Dead man's. Once y'all ass would have got exactly what y'all wanted, was looking for. The crowd." So he addressed the crowd. He said, "The crowd just got too excited and knocked me down. That's all. I mean, I love Fort Wayne for turning up with me, but that's like one of the last places I'm gonna let a MF play with me. So he said pretty much it was just the crowd mobbing up on him. It looked like the crowd put him right on his ass though in the video, Twiz. Like the crowd literally ran up right on him, man.
Sheesh.
Yeah, so I'm gonna
If
buy what he's saying here though, you guys. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, but if it was all love and it was like that, you don't gotta throw shots at them at the same time. Just make an understanding and be like, you know what? They was excited. I love it there. It wasn't how y'all making it. You ain't got to be like, oh, that's the last place where I would let, because something can happen to you anywhere. You outnumbered like that. Come on, man. You ain't Superman.
But I think he's actually addressing all the bloggers and hip hop sites, because
Okay.
right now everybody's writing about Polo G Twiz. But also, man, when you're an artist, man, and you're gonna go down there and you're gonna embrace the crowd,
hmm
mostly the artists take off their chains, don't they?
Yeah, because your chain can get smacked off just from being, people go crazy, man, when the performer come into the crowd and stuff like that. So you got to be prepared for that. And your chain could easily get snatched, man. That don't make you a sucker. Yeah, I mean, it's like trying to have a hat on and go into the middle of a crowd. You think your hat won't get snatched off your head, bumped off your head. It'll happen real quick. You can't do nothing about it. Not right then and there, at least.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch the Magnificent Seven again. I'm gonna have to
hmm
watch Remember the Titans again. A few of those.
That was
Um,
fire. Remember the Titans.
I'm gonna have to watch Glory again. John Q was fired. John Q was good, not as good as Fences,
hmm
uh, but it was good. So let's talk
Facts.
about Rondo number 9, man. Rondo number 9 just last week had posted that Little Dirk was up now, and Little Dirk could practically afford any bail that they could put on him. But as we discussed, Twiz, right now he's going through an appeal, and it could be a while before he's actually even, got a decision on his appeal.
Yeah. Yeah. Heck yeah. That's the whole thing. It's a process. If only it was that simple. You know what I mean? Where you can just be counting on that bail money. Now you got to get approved to even get in a chance to get, the pretrial house arrest. You know what I'm saying? Bail, as they call it. You know what I mean? Because he would get bailed out, but he would be have an ankle monitor on also.
Bailed out, ankle monitor. He said this. They say I'm supposed to come home when I'm 56 because he had gotten 39 years in jail, Twiz.
hmm
They say I'm supposed to come home when I'm 56. I'm trying to come home this year. Shit, coming together for me, it's a fight. My lawyer on it though. I appreciate everyone staying down. What's your reaction to this post right here, Twiz?
he's counting on a little bit of hope that he has to come home, just to understand that you have an opportunity. You got people behind you that have not only a voice, but they got a bag. So he just feel like he got a hope. He just, trying to get the fans to support it, give them hope also. That's all you pretty much going off of in there is prayers and hope. So, I
Now,
know he
Twiz, you say get the fans to support it. What does the
mhm.
fans supporting it have to do with anything?
It can go a bunch of ways where they paying him attention more. The fan mail might lift up. It goes a lot of ways. If they can have the courtroom crowded, people all outside the courtroom and they're supporting it. No different than with Meek. When Meek went down, even though Meek didn't have drama, it was so much support and stuff like that that can sometimes help your situation. Sometimes.
How do you think Little Dirk feels about a situation like this with where he is at now in life?
hmm
When you're Little Dirk, apparently this time, day and age, you snap your fingers and something happens, but he's snapping his fingers and Rondo's not coming home, Twiz. What can he do with what resources he has now compared to back then?
Well, it's all about putting the bag up now. That's the only difference. Is being able to put the money up, and your homie on the inside is understanding that you putting the lawyer money up. You know what I mean? For these lawyers to file the motions and all of that, um, try to get things going, and that's your only hope of getting out is having that kind of money. So I feel like he's doing as much as he could, so he feel good about himself to be in a position to put money up, and it's not really hurting him like it would have back then,
Yeah.
financially hurting him.
Right. Right. Exactly. But this money, it could all just be up in smoke, Twiz.
True. But at the same time, he's still proving his loyalty to his homie and that he did all he can do. You know what I mean? If it don't work out, let's say it don't work out, it would be a disappointment, but you know, can't nobody say he just left his homie in there stinking. You know what I mean?
Right. Right. Any idea what type of money would be put into an appeal lawyer like that, man? Like, I mean, shit, I
He,
imagine they could spend $1 million if they wanted to.
yeah, everything he probably gonna end up putting like 2.5 million for everything, the court case, everything. Like, sometimes people have two lawyers on their case. He can have two, just
Twiz?
crazy. Can you hear me now? Can you?
Yeah, you
Am
said
I?
sometimes they have two lawyers on their case.
Yeah, sometimes they have two, maybe even three lawyers. You know what I mean to get that stuff done. So,
What is two or three lawyers going to do for Rondo number nine? Like, how much is that really going to help him? If you could even answer that.
if you got two great lawyers, it helps out a lot because some lawyers have strengths where other lawyers have weaknesses. And on top of relationships with the courtrooms, that plays a big part too. Relationships with the DAs, the judges and stuff like that. So you'd be surprised how they maneuver in them doggone courtrooms.
Yeah, man, it's like Sue
Hmm.
Surf was telling me in an interview. He's like, if your lawyer had gone to college, say he went to college and he was a,
Hmm.
I think Sue Surf, he was like in the sorority or something or a letterman
Facts.
with the judge. You know what I mean? And the judge is really going to take that into consideration, like and vouching for somebody who's involved with a case of that nature, though.
Facts. It's all a business at the end of the day. It's people that beat cases where the judge or the DA or whoever felt as though that person was guilty, but just because the argument that the lawyer had presented and the DA couldn't, rebuttal on what the lawyer was offering, then they gotta let that person go. They not allowed to go off of really how they feel. If the argument is proper, it's official. That's like if he cool with the DA and the DA know exactly how to argue him. Salute Jay Wavy, salute. If the DA know exactly how to argue whatever the lawyers say, but they friends and the lawyer and the DA behind scenes, the lawyer like, bro, let me get this one. This means a lot to me. Whatever, however they break it down. So if the DA don't use certain arguments, then that's it right there.
Yeah, right here we got a comment. Let me see. Iceberg said lawyers take a long time with motions on purpose to get paid more. Twiz is right. He needs at least three lawyers. It's all about the bag at this point. Do you think in Little Dirk's mind, or somebody, or not just Little Dirk's mind, but somebody with money, you know what I mean? Twiz, you still with me? Think we lost Twiz. Maybe he'll be back in a second. I think we lost Twiz, but you know what that means? It is a good time to smoke some runts. Runts time, y'all. Smoking on some runts. All right, here we go. Here's Twiz right here. Yo, let me check this poll, Twiz. I want to see if iRobot still has 0%. No. Bad Boys. Bad Boys has taken the lead with 52%.
Hmm.
Enemy of the State, 28%. I Am Legend 16% and iRobot 4%. If you guys
Yeah,
haven't voted in the poll, vote now.
yeah. Out of everything on that, I give Bad Boys the first one definitely. That's a classic. Bad Boys 2 was good too though, but the first one, man, that joint was.
Yeah, man. So let's see here. But no, I was gonna ask you, like, when somebody's got money, you know what I
Hmm.
mean? It's money to spend. Do they? How important do they look at it as like, no, my boy, he doesn't need one lawyer, he needs two lawyers. No, my boy needs three lawyers. Do they get like that?
They do. Regular people do it. I was in jail with plenty of people that had more than one lawyer. With serious cases. You know what I mean? It's real important because now they're working as a team. You know what I mean? Like, and they're those two people or three people arguing together, they can get more done. Like a lawyer, they be busy, bro. Like after they leave your case, they got another case after that. So with having a team, then you don't got to worry about dealing with, like, if you hire just one lawyer, sometimes your lawyer will have somebody from his office or her office to do certain things for you if they can't make it. They might even appear in court sometime. So that way, having them extra lawyers, all these high profile case fighter lawyers, that just make you feel more comfortable and give you a bigger chance. You can still lose with more than one lawyer. It's not a guarantee, but it's supposed to give you more of a chance to, get through your situation. So it's definitely regular, even for regular people that do have the money for that.
All right. So Nathan, who is blazing with me right now, said Dirk ain't bailing him out. You're crazy. If he does get bail and the bail's 2 million again,
Hmm.
um, why is he saying that Dirk ain't gonna bail him out? I mean, is there somebody that could tell Dirk, yo, you cannot bail him out because it could possibly affect you or something? Like, this is the only way I'm seeing like that, you know, Dirk wouldn't bail out Rondo if there was like if you
Dirk
couldn't bail out your co-defendant or something like, but they're not codees or anything.
Dirk ain't got no choice but to bail him out. Now, with everything he said, with how important he wanted, how important his relationship is with his city, his real car and all of that. If it was a bail set for him and Dirk didn't pay for it, then he gonna be looking crazy. That's not a look that he would want.
It's a great point. That's a great point right there, Nathan. I think Twiz hit that. And yeah, two minds better than one. Like Twiz was
Hmm.
also saying, a lot of times some lawyers go from one case to the next. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And shit gets a little bit difficult. I'm going to leave the poll open for another minute. I want everybody, if you haven't voted in the poll, get your last votes in now. Get your last votes in now, you guys. If you guys want to vote for iRobot, the chance is now. Stu says Dirk is getting his boy out. Dirk is getting
Thanks.
his boy out. Like Twiz kind of pointed out, if he had a bail and he didn't come home, he would look kind of crazy.
He would.
Perk says Dirk will bail him out. He's got it now. Yeah, he's got it now. There's nobody that could tell him, like, yo, Dirk, if you bail him out for $200,000, that's half of what you're worth. You know, Dirk isn't at that point in his career where he's only worth less than $1 million. You know, there's not somebody giving him
Facts.
that advice right now, Twiz.
Big facts.
Yep. But yeah, man. But yeah, I'm gonna send it over to Twiz, man. I appreciate you for tapping in today, man. Just drop your plugs, you know what I mean, so everybody can follow you on social media. I'm gonna post it up in the chat.
Definitely, man. It's SB Twist, the Hood blogger, man. Follow me on the gram _Twist215. Check me out on YouTube at the Hood blogger. Y'all tuned in with me and my bro, Mikey T, the movie star, Report Card Radio Live Familiar. And, I'm going to tap out this joint. I got to get to the fam and all of that. But appreciate being able to tap in, and salute to the whole chat.
You already know, Twiz. I appreciate you for tapping in. We will see you on the next episode, brother. That's my guy Twiz. Y'all can follow him on Instagram right now. And if you just want to pull up another screen on YouTube, it is the Hood Blogger. He's always tapping in and giving me a hand on the show. That's Pause. That's my co-host. But also everybody on here that wants to follow me, I will follow every single one of you guys back that follows me on the gram right now. I don't hesitate to follow y'all back. I like to stay in tune with everybody. That's why I've been starting to do these midday news streams. You know what I'm saying? Last night we were on with a watch along. I did exclusive Gilly the Kid watch along for one of my last interview with him, actually. Not my last conversation, because he did come and join me on a live. He joined me on a live video before. You know what I'm saying? He joined me on a live video before, but that was my last official interview with him. You know what I'm saying? And shit was lit. So I got the interview up, but I also have the interview with commentary up. Whatever you want to check out, it's there for you to look at. If you want to hear like my thoughts on the interview, you know what I mean? I'll stop it, here and there and shit like that. Damn, look at the bottles, man. The bottles is looking lovely, you guys. The bottles is looking lovely. We got some blue, we got some red, we got some Voof, we got some rose. You know what I'm saying? Yo, major salute, Nathan. I appreciate you tapping in today for the conversation, man. We don't always get to talk about film like we got to dive into it tonight a little bit, even with the poll. You know what I'm saying? Enemy of the State was probably my favorite Will Smith movie, aside from some of his others. You know what I mean? Like, I really like the Concussion movie, as I said. Ali is another great one. Thank you, Stu. And if anybody watching this video is not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe right now and hit that notification bell so you never miss me live, y'all. James Brown, Buffalo, appreciate you for tapping in tonight. I'm going to go ahead and end the poll. I'm going to give it 1 more minute. So if anybody hasn't got their poll votes in, make sure you vote right now. I'm going to end that shit in just a second. It's looking like Enemy of the State, 27%. I Am Legend, 17%. Bad Boys, 53%. And iRobot in the last place with 3%. I'm sorry, man. That one should have been Ali. That was my mistake. Maybe shouldn't have even put Pursuit of Happiness in there. That's another one of my favorites from Will Smith. Damn, he has so many classic movies, you guys. You know what I mean? So many classic movies from Will Smith. We're not going to let this moment dictate his history. You know what I mean? It's not. It's simply not. And you could even tell that Chris Rock respected it to a certain extent. So I'm going to go ahead and end the poll. I thank you all for voting in the poll. Damn, bro, I appreciate that perk. Next to Eminem, I'm his favorite white boy. You got to love it. You got to love it. I appreciate you for tapping in from St. Louis, man. I appreciate everybody for tapping in from wherever you came today, man. And I will see you all on the next episode. And for everybody watching this video on demand, make sure you tell a friend about the channel, man, so we can continue the growth. Salute, respect. See you next time.